Recording starting.
Was it on? Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Please occupy the front benches. There's more space here. I come. You can always be the back bencher in your class. Right then, good afternoon, everyone. Can I have a good afternoon? Good afternoon, Aditya Meki. Good afternoon. Yes. I wanted to go like the line. I'll be your essay for today. I'm Toastmaster Niklesh Chandrasekhar. Okay. I'm Toastmaster Niklesh Chandrasekhar. I'll be your essay for today. And we have cosplay theme for today's meeting. Cosplay, well, something we always wanted to wear a mask outside because we're always too tired to show our real self, right? So we always wear a mask and or a different face, like the many face god, if you're a beauty fan. First, cosplay. Something about cosplay, we do want to wear a mask or try pretend to be someone, pretend to be someone. And we wear costumes, like we wear this uniform, pretend to be students, though we are not in classes. Okay, I'm not going anywhere with this. Fine. Anyway, I'll give you a essay for the meeting. Sorry for being this impromptu. I want you to make sure that these 3 rules are followed. The first one, all your noise making devices or sound making devices are to be put on silent. I'll give you 5 seconds to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, done. Hope all of you have put your devices on silent mode. The second rule, whenever we have someone speaking on the stage, please make sure that you don't leave the meeting hall or switch places like our VP is doing. It disturbs the speaker a lot. And the third rule, most important rule, please refrain yourself from talking on the following topics: sex, religion, politics. We encourage public speaking. We encourage you to come onto the stage and speak up your mind, but make sure that you do it in a way that in order to not offend, make sure you don't offend anyone when you're on the stage, or not just anyone, but any community or anyone. If these 3 rules are followed, I'll be more than happy. And we can go on to the meeting now. Before the meeting starts, I'd like to call the presiding officer, Toastmaster Jaswita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Niklesh, for taking up the impromptu role of essay. I am Toastmaster Jaswita, presiding officer, Toastmaster ARPITA Bengaluru, and I welcome you all to the meeting number 219. And I declare the meeting officially open. Well, I see a guest in here. May I know your name, please?
Yes,
Hi, Yashwan. Is it your first time attending? Now it is definitely. Thank you for coming up. Well, in Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which the members are empowered to develop their communication skills and leadership skills, resulting in greater personal growth and self-development. This is our club mission, and this is Toastmasters ARPITA Bengaluru field. I don't want to take much of your time. We have a few announcements. First announcements, how many of you know about the tab movies? How many of you are excited about the tab movies? Yeah. That's nice. That's great to hear. So by this month, our DB membership Ram Akatya will be releasing a form. If you want a hoodie, you can go ahead, fill your form. Be as creative as you can with your names on it. We love to see all your creative ideas on your hoodies. And our second announcement is the contest. How many of you are aware of the club contest, the area level contest? That's great. I see a lot of fans who have attended the GPP, Judges Training Program. So for the members who don't know about the club contest, let me start with a little bit overview of Toastmasters ARPITA Bengaluru. As you already know, we are not just a college club. Toastmasters tab is part of Toastmasters International. We have several areas, divisions, and regions. Currently, we are part of Area F2, Division F, and Region 30. District 950. District comes before region. Well, what happens is that in every club level, we'll be having 3 contests. The first contest is table topics contest. All eyes love this. It's really important. Right. So table topic contest. Second is the evaluation contest and the international speech contest. The table topics contest, it's going to be really simple. The format is going to be really formal. You will be given time, 1 to 2 minutes to speak, and you will be given a topic by the contest chair and the contest master. There will be a lot of role takers, which will be briefed soon. I'm just giving a small overview of the contest. The second contest, the evaluation contest. Instead of having several speakers and speech evaluators, we'll be having a test speaker, not from our club. They'll be coming onto the stage, they'll be giving a speech, and each one of you will evaluate. You will be taken to different rooms after you hear the speech, and you will be coming onto the stage and you'll be evaluating the person, right? This is about the speech evaluation contest. You will be judged on how good of an evaluator you are, not how good of a speaker you are, right? This is a good point to keep a note of that. And the third contest, the international speech contest. This contest will be happening not now, the next term. The term starts in January. And for this, the eligibility is level 2 minimum. So this speakers will be over level 2 and they are giving a speech. It's more about your pathway, is not more majorly about the pure pathways. You can give speech about anything. These are the 3 contests, and for the table topic and the evaluation, you should be a member of Toastmaster member that are given no more eligibility. So there will be a form releasing soon. You can go ahead and you can fill out if you want to be a contestant or a role taker, and we will plan the contest dates accordingly, maybe the month end or next month at the start first week, and let's have the contest. These are the announcements for today's meeting, and let's go into the theme cosplay Toastmaster ARPITA. I'll just give a small introduction. Yes, if it is okay for you. Well, the theme cosplay, it reminds me of a story of me and my sister. When I was a kid, I don't remember much, but when my sister was a kid, she was very stuck to the TV screen thinking about Chota Bheem, and she used to think Chota Bheem is real. And my mom, when she had to make my sister stop watching the TV, she used to tell my sister Chota Bheem went on a break, he went on a lunch, and something else that a normal human being does, so that my sister can do her stuff as well, not only Chota Bheem. Well, this happened, and I feel that cosplay is a really good way for us to connect with the 2D characters and the animation world as well. I'm really interested to see what our PMOD ARPITA has in store for us. Toastmaster ARPITA onto the stage.
Good evening to one and all present here, especially the guest and the fellow Toastmasters. I'm Arpita today, the DM only for the day. So what do you think actually what do you think cosplay is? Anyone?
Dressing up as characters.
In the costume, like trying to behave in a certain way where the characters.
Okay, that's what they do. But according to Google, what I said yesterday was something cosplay is something which deals with you dressing up as someone, and let it be your favorite character from pictures or books or any other person. Now today, well, from the start, let's go with the now this theme cosplay is which I want to introduce you is mainly based on like anime, and I used to love anime since childhood, and yeah, so there are various kinds of genres in anime, and now not to we'll dig deep into it later, but let's just start with the starts. Let's just start with the basic of it. So, well, there are some animes, if you don't know, anime is something which is related, is Japanese animations, which are created an inspiration of mangas. Mangas are nothing but the Japanese comics, which come up, which are taken to lot, which are brought up with a lot of efforts by the manga artists. Before we start, before we dig deep into it, you know, in every anime, uh, series or something, there is some person who has godly powers, and there is another person who basically the protagonist who is looking at the protagonist, like the protagonist looking at him, he is really powerful and, uh, you know, well dressed and, excelling in all the stages, like excelling in all the, you know, excelling in all the power or the things which he had gained. And there's this protagonist who's just fangirling or fanboying on him. And yeah, so basically, and how are they even gaining this? Like, how are these anime characters who have this godly powers and the character, how are they actually gaining this? They are gaining due to this first is practice, second is gaining knowledge about it and practicing it more, and then third is meditation. So this philosophy is basically called Kaizen in Japanese philosophy, and also it talks about your slow improvements and also your consistency. Well, now I would like to point out on the today's event, that is the Toastmasters event, which was founded by it was founded by Ralph C. S. Medley, and we have around we are also in the club where we have more than 270,000 members on board and 148 and spread across 148 countries and more than 1,400 sorry 14,200 clubs around. Well, now coming to the main part, there is some or the other person uh, in your lives, right? There's some or the other teacher who changes your lives. And well, in anime also there's some kind of trainer or some teacher who is actually irritating for us as students, but they shape our lives, right? Or they kind of taunt us on the same point of your weak and that. Well, now we have the same person today in a meet. Well, let me welcome Toastmaster Shivansh, gender evaluator, and uh, basically he calls himself, he gives his intro. He he gives he thinks that he is a full-time teacher and part-time student. And
Uh, Good evening, everyone. So I'll be the general evaluator for today's meeting. So basically, for those of you who are not familiar with the role, my task at hand is to evaluate the whole flow of the meeting, the prepared speaker, their evaluators, the table topic session speakers, and the tag team that is supposed to help me in my task. So for today, my tag team comprises of timer Toastmaster Dhanushri, a counter Toastmaster Vidya, and comedian Toastmaster Arjamiti. So I'll start with the timer Toastmaster Dhanushri. Toastmaster Dhanushri says, beat myself or just the walls of a room or a group of friends or a huge crowded auditorium. She loves to talk. Toastmaster Dhanushri, to the stage.
Good evening to all the Toastmasters and the guests. As timer, I will be timing the tabletop speakers, formal speeches, and their evaluations. I will also be intimating the time they have left by raising three cards: the yellow card, the green card, yellow card, and the red card. The time limit for tabletop speakers is between 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will be raising the green card, 1 minute 30 seconds the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I will be raising the red card. Moving on to the formal speeches. In case of icebreakers, time limit will be between 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will be raising the green card. At 5 minutes, I will be raising the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I will be raising the red card. So for other formal speeches, the time limit would be 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will be raising the green card, 6 minutes the yellow card, and 7 minutes the red card. And lastly, we have speech evaluations. For speech evaluations and the R counter and the timing will be 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute, I will be raising the green card, 1 minute 30 seconds yellow card, and 2 minutes red card. Apart from this, there's also a 30-minute buffer limit. And if any speaker exceeds the buffer limit, he or she will be disqualified. All the best to all the speakers. This is the green card I'll be raising, the yellow card and the red card for the respective time limits of the 3 different types of speeches. So,
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Dhanushri. Next, I'll be calling upon the account of the day, Toastmaster Nitya. She says she's a cosplay wizard who's never met an anime character that she could bring to life with just a dash of creativity and a whole lot of duct tape. From ninja to magical girl, she has got more costume changes than your favorite shape-shifting anime character. Please come to the stage, Toastmaster Nitya.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, the purpose of a counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for the overused words, including and, well, but, so, and will. I will also listen for the filler words, including and I will also note when speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Nitya. Next up is the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Aditya Mehti. So most members know his introduction. No one needs to actually introduce himself. He's just a man who's always ready to go. Please come to the stage, Toastmaster Aditya Mehti.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I'm the grammarian for today, and I'll be noting the good usages and the not so good usages. And I have it's not written. Okay. The word of the day and idiom of the day. I'll be telling the word of the day first. The word of the day is pretty easy. It's inculcate. Inculcate is basically to instill something through practice. So I'll give an example. If the speaker doesn't inculcate the speech objectives, then the evaluator is forced to, or is, it's his wish if he wants to repeat the speech or not to repeat the speech. That's one kind of usage. And the idiom of the day is cutting corners. Basically, in order to save time or money, you cut corners. For example, although I cut corners in my lab evaluations and in my, in my lab, I managed to get an O grade in computer network. Something like that. So no, I didn't get it, but it's an example. So I encourage all of you guys to use the idiom of the day and word of the day. And guess what? If you use it, you're going to get you're going to get applauses. Yes, and that too from me. So please use it. I'll be really happy if most of the people in this room use the idiom of the day and word of the day. I'll be back with my report when asked to do so by the general evaluator. Thank you.
So that was basically the tag thing for the day. And coming to the topic of the day, cosplay. So I'll be pretty honest with everyone here. I'm not into anime. I haven't watched one. And just haven't been found myself that attracted to watch an anime. So I really hope this meeting kind of will get the feeling inside of me to maybe start to give it a shot. And I'll come back with my report when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster ARPITA.
Well, moving on to the next session. The next session which we have is the prepared speech session. Well, now let's just imagine we are in uh, the manga artist session, like the manga artist form, and you see various people right over there. There are just irritating people who are the media people who are outside and just knocking the door, and then they're just asking that when are you going to release this comic? We want it very quickly. And there's a lot of pressure inside with the manga artists and also the motivators. But today we have the motivators are the speech evaluators, and we have our own manga artists who are the speakers. So, well, starting with the speech evaluation section. So, I would like to call upon our first speech evaluator, Toastmaster Raven. His intro is. Yeah. So, yeah. So, he called himself as someone who's trying to figure out his life and learning to be wise, but not as a great at implementing. And he always feels that life is good and everything comes back. Ordinary business. Raven.
Good morning, Toastmasters. I feel all are sleepy. Family is sleepy. Good evening. Say, good evening. Fine. So I will be evaluating my speaker of the day, Angelina. So she is giving her L1 P3 in motivation strategies. The purpose of the speech is to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance a speech. And note that, Angelina, you should spend time on learning your speech, and I hope you did it. And your body language and your vocal variety, like pace and tone, pitch, and volume. I hope you did it and you give your best. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Now let's just introduce the manga artist of today. That is our speaker, Angelina. She called. She says that today she aims to take you on a journey of storytelling where she step into the world of characters, not through the costumes, but through the power of voice and gestures. Well, she is giving a speech about the Rainbow Pearl, a tale unlikely love, and enduring of perseverance. Over to you, Toastmaster Angelina.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, fine. I'll start. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, allow me to transport you back in time to a moment when I was just a wide-eyed first grader filled with dreams and imagination. It was a time when I embarked on an assignment that would not only shape my understanding of love, but also introduce me to the fascinating world of cosplay. You see, it all began with a conversation with my father, who was not only a source of wisdom, but also a storyteller extraordinaire. One day, as I was struggling with my first grade assignment, he sat me down and shared a unique love story. Little did I know that this tale would leave an indelible mark on my heart and inspire me to delve into the captivating realm of cosplay. Now, let's step into that magical world where costumes come to life and love knows no boundaries. Once upon a time, on a scorching day at a picturesque beach, a weary butterfly fluttered about in search of relief from the relentless sun. The heat was unforgiving, and her delicate wings seemed almost too frail to carry her any longer. In her quest for respite, she ventured into the nooks and crannies of the rock shoreline. And there, nestled among the jagged stones, she found a small, cool gap that promised shelter from the sun's unforgiving rays. However, as the butterfly settled into her newfound sanctuary, she discovered that she was not alone. Her shelter was none other than the humble abode of an oyster. Now, this might seem like an unlikely friendship, a butterfly and an oyster, but as the idiom of the day goes, they were both cutting corners to find solace. Amidst the cold shadows, they began to converse, sharing their deepest insecurities and fears. The butterfly lamented her perceived lack of beauty, with wings that were plain, white compared to the vibrant colors of her kin. The oyster, on the other hand, expressed sorrow for its inability to create a precious pearl like its oyster companions. In their moments of vulnerability, they felt a deep sense of understanding. They believed that they could never achieve greatness, never create something extraordinary. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Yet, as the days passed, their friendship blossomed into a profound bond. They discovered that together they possessed something truly remarkable. The butterfly's unwavering optimism and the oyster's determination not to give up were a powerful combination. And so, when the time came for them to move on from this world, it happened unexpectedly. The butterfly rested within the oyster's shelter one last time, and they both passed away together. In their final moments, something incredible occurred. They created a pearl like unlike any other, a magnificent jewel adorned with a breathtaking spectrum of rainbow colors. This extraordinary pearl was a testament to the butterfly enduring positivity, which brought vibrant hues, and the oyster's tenacity, which refused to give up. The moral of this unique love story is clear. Good things take time, and one must not cut corners. We must inculcate this wisdom into our lives, just as the butterfly and oyster did. In the end, that story teaches us that beauty and greatness can emerge from the most unexpected places, and true love transcends the boundaries of appearance and circumstance. In the journey of education, there are moments when students find themselves in the depths of despair, where the weight of uncertainty and self doubt presses upon them relentlessly. It's during these trying times that the relentless pursuit of knowledge can feel like a humongous task. Students, driven by a desire to succeed, often find themselves on a quest for immediate rewards and gratification. The modern world, with its constant connectivity and instant gratification, has conditioned us to expect quick results. When these immediate rewards don't manifest in their studies, some students may be tempted to give up. It's crucial, however, to remember that true learning and mastery often requires patience, resilience, and a willingness to weather the storms of confusion and frustration. These moments of doubt are not indicators of failure, but rather the crucibles in which perseverance and character are forged. They are the points in our journey where we must look beyond the immediate and embrace the long term vision of our goals, understanding that the true fruits of our efforts may take time to ripen. The tale of the butterfly and the oyster is a timeless story that reminds us of the boundless power of love, the strength of perseverance, and the exquisite beauty that emerges when we wholeheartedly embrace our unique qualities and never relinquish our dreams. In this enchanting narrative, a delicate butterfly and a humble oyster found themselves in an unlikely companionship. Yet, they were able to create an amazing bond, learn from each other, and understand the importance of not giving up. Before I conclude, I would like to convey my message to you all in the help of a song. I'm my rock, my sword, my shield. I'm the wheel in the middle of the wheel. I'm the lily of the valley, the bright and morning stars. It don't matter what they say, I'll get down my knees and pray. And I'll sing until the day I become successful. That being said, thank you.
That as we are cosplaying as the manga artist and the motivators around her, it was a very well written manga and also a great speech, which actually uh, made me think about it. And, well, the main theme or the main message with every anime is nothing but you not giving up. The protagonist just starts from the start, like he doesn't have any knowledge, where he or she is weak or either is suppressed by the whole society around, and that's what, and they start discovering their own strengths. Well, I have a prepared speech by Toastmaster Sri Lalita, and her motivator is Toastmaster Shankari. I would like to call upon the general evaluator, sorry, the speech evaluator for today, uh, Toastmaster Shankari. She says that she is someone who loves anime and manga and every other mode of storytelling out there. Well, thank you, Toastmaster ARPITA. A very good evening to one and all present here, and a special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Sri Lalita. Toastmaster Sri Lalita is attempting her L4P1 under first speech under the pathway dynamic leadership. The purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. The purpose of the project is for the member to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. For today's speech, Toastmaster Sri Lalita, you will deliver a well-organized speech on any topic. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style you choose. And I shall evaluate your speech and come back with my feedback, what you did well, what you could have done better. And yeah, very excited for your speech. Over to the Toastmaster. One minute. Time, please note the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. And over to the Toastmaster of the day. Well, now let's go to the manga artist of the day or the speaker for today's next second speaker. She calls herself as the Cheshire Cat from the Alice and the Wonderland, cosplaying a college girl. She would give a speech about, do you think I will stop? Sri Lalita, do you think I will stop?
இரண்டாள் பல செயல்கள் செய்து நரைக்கூடி கிழப்பருவம் நீதி கொடுக்கூற்று கிளர் என்பின் மாயும் பல வேடிக்கை மனிதரைப் போல நான் வீழ்வேன் என்று நினைத்தாயோ. This is a poem by my favorite Tamil poet Bharatiyar, who proclaims that he is not like any other ordinary man who will set out to accomplish something, get ridiculed by everyone else, and let that derail him. Did you think I would stop? He asked. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Can I get a good evening?
Good evening.
Okay, so some of you are probably going, okay, good evening and all is fine, but why did you quote this poem? Why did I quote this poem? Till 6th grade, I didn't even know that public speaking was a thing. And then in 6th grade, I got selected for this science and social science seminar. And the logic that my teachers gave me was, you can memorize 12 examples for living and non-living things. So why don't you memorize a 12-page long speech about caring fathers of the animal kingdom? And being the extremely spontaneous extrovert that I am, I immediately just went, yeah, sure, no problem. For the next 2 months, I did not attend a single class. I didn't have to do any homework. And all I had to do was prepare my script, rehearse it, prepare a PPT to go along with it, more rehearsing, rinse and repeat. Finally, the day of the speech arrived. The audience has come, the judges and delegates have all taken their seats, and the program begins with the school prayer. My teachers are nervous about how the program is going to go. The music group is shivering in front of the mic, like, and they're singing. And all the speech evaluators, the people who are going to judge us, are anxious about how to evaluate us. With me, I'm as cool as a cucumber. Everyone else around me is just panicking, and I'm just like, and after what feels like eternity, it's finally my turn. So I walk up on stage and I start my speech. The speech starts off really well. The flow is as good as the weather in Bangalore. Everyone is hooked. The audience is hanging on to every word I say because they're interested in the speech. My teachers are gleaming with joy. My parents are taking a video so that they can show up to all our relatives. And the judges are just like, we have a winner right here. And then right in the middle of the speech, I freeze. My mind is blank. And forget my script, I can't even remember my own name. My parents stop recording and they're just looking up at me like, my friends are in the back of the hall laughing their heads off. The teachers are doing this dramatic soap opera thing where they're just like seated. And the principal is trying desperately to make sure that they don't have a meltdown right there on stage. After that, I became super famous as the girl who forgot her speech in front of the entire school. And I thought, okay, you know what? Never mind. This whole public speaking thing is just not for me. But I was the girl who spent all her lunch breaks in the library getting lost in some fictional world, which basically meant that my English teacher loved me. And here's the thing about me, right? I was like this little rowdy who did not care what anyone thought of it, except my English teachers. If I was writing something, they had to love it. I craved the validation of my English teachers and I was addicted to their praise. So when my English teacher came to me and went, you know what, Srilalita, I think you should audition for the annual English debate. There was no way I was saying no. So I auditioned and I got in, which basically meant that I had to give a speech in front of the exact same audience 3 years later for the exact same amount of time of 15 minutes. And I was sweating bullets. What if I forget? What if I say something out of my script? What if what happened 3 years ago happens again and I just go completely blank and I'm looking at the audience like. And I look at my teacher and she says, so what if you forget? The people that you're afraid will laugh at you are only there laughing at you because they don't realize the amount of courage it takes to put yourself out here on stage and conquer your fears. But you did. And you're still here participating. So if you forget, just peep at your script, go, oh, I'm sorry, and move on. It's not a big deal. And then, the day arrives. December 3rd, 2018, the day I give my second 15-minute long speech. The stakes are at an all-time high. Everybody is nervous. My teachers are a little nervous about how the program will go and how they will look in front of the principal. My friends are hanging on to every word I say. Ari, it's only been 5 minutes into her speech. I had bet that she would forget after 7 minutes. Give her choki back. Because choki was the preferred mode of transaction. And then my parents. My dad is recording with shaky hands. And my mom. She's reciting her favorite prayer under her breath, praying to Lord Muruga that I don't forget. And then there was me. Guess what I did? I forgot. I fumbled not once, but 2 times. But just like my teacher said, I peeped into my script, chill, and actually won Best Speaker. Not just that, I got invited to speak in the annual English debate a second time the following year, and I even won an award for the amount of public speaking events that I won. So coming back to why I quoted that poem at the beginning, just like Bharati said in the poem, it's okay to mess up. It's okay to put yourself out there on stage. Go out in front of everyone else, mess up and get laughed at. But what's important is going back on stage a second time and trying again. Because did you think I would stop? Thank you.
That was an inspiring speech by Sri Lanka. Now, moving out into the next prepared speech session, we have an icebreaker for today, and it will by Toastmaster Aditya V, and he'll be evaluated by Nick Ligish, Toastmaster Nick Ligish. He tells that he's in search of 7 dragon balls. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Sanjay. Very good evening to one all present here, and especially good evening to Toastmaster Aditya. So Aditya will be giving his L1P1, the icebreaker as we all call it, in the pathway dynamic leadership. The objective of the speech is for him to formally introduce himself to the club members and to understand the basic structure of a speech. Those are the objectives. Timer, please note the time limits are 4 to 6 minutes, not like any other speech. It's the icebreaker, so 4 to 6 minutes. Toastmaster Aditya. I will be calling up. This is your first speech. First of many speeches you'll be giving in a club, and things might go wrong here and there, but it's completely fine. We're all on the path of improving ourselves. All the best. Enjoy the speech. More importantly, you should enjoy the speech. So all the best. Have a good time. Back to the team.
He is an introvert and anxious at heart. Over to you, Toastmaster. Aditya.
Thank you, Toastmaster ARPITA, for such a wonderful introduction. So, before taking any decision, we have many thoughts in mind. Whereas for me, since I'm an overthinker, I have 100 thoughts. Because when I had to take the decision of joining tab or not, I had around 1,000 fake scenarios created in my mind. Whether can I do it? Will you be able to do it? After going, people will make fun of you. You never spoke on fakes in a mic. So just think twice. Because after taking a decision, you can't again take it back. So in many questions, there was one question that had stuck in my mind. It was, if not now, when? Now, currently, I'm in 5th sem CSC. It's not actually good for a 20-year-old saying that he's not good in public speaking. In another 2-3 years, I'll be independent. So if I don't improve my speaking skills now, I can't. It will become too late. So with this, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am Aditya Vijayapur, pursuing CSC and Amrita, 3rd year, 5th sem. So I'm here to give my icebreaker. So let me give a quick recap of my life events. So before I start off, I want to ask you a question. How many of you over here are comfortable to start a convo with a random person? What is your hands? Yeah, that's a good number. Whereas I can't, because as I mentioned before, I'm an ambivert. I have a very small group of friends. From my school days, I now had big friends circle. Engineering is the one that helped me form some great friends like Toastmaster Aditya. So let me start off with where I was born. I was from the Rice Bowl of India. Anybody has idea where Rice Bowl of India is? Yeah, so I'm from the East Godavari. I was born in a village in East Godavari district. So in 2003, and then I came back to Bangalore. Most of my childhood
and I was born in Bangalore only. Where and when I was joined in National Public School, so that was all fine. Till 8th grade, everything was fine. Whereas as soon as it was 8th grade, 10th exam classes started, and all my friends were like competing for marks and everything. I was poor in mathematics, like too bad. So I was mental pressure was there from parents. 10th is coming, so study, study. Number two, if I talk about my friends in school days, no, please leave it. Actually, I had been bullied, so too bad. School days I had. So the 10th was done. I thought 12th would be something great. I could have done it. Whereas 1 year was in my hands, other year was in the hands of COVID. So nothing could I could have saved. After that, I came to engineering. Only guess engineering. Full guess construction movies there. Yes, full engineering investments, love, friends, stuff and all. Whereas it was completely reverse. Nothing like that. Only exam stress, get job, GPA, GPA, that's it. So in engineering also, things were not going the way I wanted. Second time I joined hospital, I had a chronic depression due to some reasons, and I had backlogs. So I'm like, what is this? Nothing is going in my way. Whereas after in second year, I was the one who got motivated. That backlog gave me motivation to study hard and get to know myself. And after I cleared all my backlogs, till now, I'm a person who gets intimidated fast. If I see my friend is doing better than me, I'll be like, okay, he's doing good, you're not. Do. I had never actually self-explored myself. I was always like dependent on others. So that was actually a major concern. So now I was like, okay, it's time for you to explore. Do what? Just get to know who you are. Try out everything. If anything fails, fails. If anything works out, it's better, right? So this time I had joined many clubs. As a part of it, this is one of the clubs that I joined. So let's see where this club takes me. And engineering had taught me like in 3 years, it had taught me many things. I had betrayal, serious fights with my friends, and very good and bad marks in studies. Many understood how to talk with people. Actually, I have very like when speaking to people, I don't think what they think. I just tell what I feel about them. This had actually been very good and bad to me because few people appreciated, few people were like retaliated towards me. They were like, "How can you say it on the face?" So I would conclude by saying, don't compare yourself with others. Compare yourself with the past. Were you better than your past or not? If you compare with others, you will simply again feel intimidated. Just see, were you better? What were you 2 years ago? What were you now? Thank you.
The next session we have as a talk is a table topic session. Before I start, I would like to give you my own life story. These are nothing but this, what do you say, reality or the, just a minute. So these are the outcomes of dating manga reform. Well, I was introduced to manga like, in a very young age when I was just first standard. When my dad just went, he had some other work in Japan and he got me Death Note. Sounds traumatizing, right? Yeah, it is traumatizing, and I was traumatized when I was in one. Basically, Death Note is nothing but you have a note which you write something on that. Uh, Either that person is killed because of the reason if he was mentioned, or if the person hasn't died, sorry, the reason hasn't been mentioned, then the person dies due to heart attack. So even I was reading that, and my mom saw other cousins, my cousins. Well, I stayed in a joint family before, not completely joint family, but we had independent houses next to each other. Like my cousins were my neighbors. So what my mom did is saw other people who were reading Harry Potter many times, sci-fi novels and all this stuff, and she tried to inculcate that in me. Well, she didn't do well. She just bought me up. She just bought me the set of books and she just kept it over her. And she just told me to read. Guess what I would do? I would open it and I would just keep searching about the pictures. And then I just tell her, I don't see any pictures. And then my mom goes like, that doesn't matter. Read. But I, on my side, there are no pictures. What's the point of reading it? I can't imagine. My brain is too small to imagine. Whereas my mom just looks at me and says, this nowadays is. Well, moving on now, going on to the table topic master, we have Toastmaster Aryan as the table topic master. He tells that he is a textbook introvert and a typical overthinker. He's a huge fan of movies and TV shows and he loves it. On to you, Toastmaster.
So I am Toastmaster Aryan and I'm going to be the table topic master. Now, many times in life, we have situations where we have to answer fast. Let's just say the teacher in your classroom is roaming around in the class. She comes to your desk. She'll ask you, where's your notebook? Or why haven't you written the notes? In the next 5 seconds, you're supposed to come up with the best solution that you have come up in the entire life. Another scenario is you get bad marks. Your parents call you after seeing parents portal. Why have you gotten bad marks? Again, in the next 5-10 seconds, I'm supposed to come up with a very good reason as to why I'm getting extremely bad. Now, the only thing common in both these scenarios is impromptu speaking, where you're asked a question and within the next 5 to 6 seconds, you're supposed to answer very quickly and in a very convincing manner. So, and in those moments, don't you wish that you were better at impromptu speaking? So today, as a table topic master, I will help you become a better impromptu speaker. I will be calling a random number from the audience and asking them a question to which they have to answer. The minimum time that they're supposed to speak for is 1 minute and the maximum is 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Now, the way the meetings go, I'm supposed to give a small talk about the theme. But the problem is, I have never watched an inch of anime in my life and I don't know anything about cosplay. So I just want to ask, how many of you are like diehard anime fans or just anime fans? Very less. Beautiful. An answer. One more thing. What is your favorite anime? If you had to just choose just one anime, what would it be? Okay, top 3 anime.
Cartoons maybe. It's cartoons.
Okay, choose any anime one. Okay, so just you need one more.
Okay, there's one.
So what's your favorite anime?
Demon Slayer,
And who is the main character in Demon Slayer?
Tanjiro,
Okay, so now you are Tanjiro for a day. And what does a day in a life look like? Do you understand the question? Okay.
So, good evening, Toastmasters. I am asked to impersonate someone who is very far from who I am. So Tanjiro wakes up in the morning this way, and he's like a hyperactive person. He'll run around, he'll train all over wherever he can find, and then he meets his two other friends. One is Inosuke, who is like the friend you have, who is always uninterested about everything and has common sense, while while the other two friends are always flying in the clouds, overexcited for everything. And then there's another friend, his name is Inosuke, who can never pronounce Tanjiro's name right. He's either Gampachiro, Gampachiro, something. So that's how Tanjiro's day starts. Tanjiro has this bag. I have this cabinet which I carry on my back, in which I have my sister, who is a human turned demon, who I want to convert back to a human, for which I'm training every day. And I shall keep doing that till she is back to a human. And yes, I train, I fight demons,
I go back to bed, and next day again I train, I fight, and that's how my life goes on until my sister is back to a human and all demons from the world are exterminated. And my my dearest enemy, whose name is Muzan, who is the clone of Michael Jackson, is exterminated. And yeah, that would be a day or like every day in my life, and I wear today only.
Great job. I think I'll definitely watch Demon Slayer after that description. So now next question. Now the thing is, I didn't know the theme for the meeting, so I asked Toastmaster Nikhilesh, "What is the theme, Nikhilesh?" And he tells me the theme is anime and not cosplay. So most of my questions, if I ask anime questions, will be related to that. I apologize to you all, and I can't wait for an apology from Nikhilesh. Okay. Now for a non-anime question, anyone wants to volunteer? What is an opinion that you have that most people will disagree with? What is your unpopular opinion?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm just like mentally going through all of my unpopular opinions. And I'm just like, okay, fine, you can't talk about religion, can't talk about race, can't talk about sex, can't talk about politics. Unpopular opinion that most people will disagree with.
Can talk about food here.
Oh,
BBPM.
yeah, I will talk about food so that VPPR continues to keep me in the PR team. Hey, I just want to say you're amazing because most people will disagree with me.
That is an unpopular opinion.
That is
That is not an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, so unpopular opinion. Has anyone ever tried peri peri French fries in McDonald's? Have you guys tried McFlurry? Have you guys tried both together? Yeah, see. So seventh grade, I went to the birthday party of one of my friends. And seventh grade was when our classes had just been shuffled. Okay, so this was supposed to be like the most anticipated reunion. So I had gone there, and you know how every class has this one weird kid who's weird just for the sake of being weird. Like there is no other like point. He's not weird with a cause. He doesn't have unpopular opinions because he supports something. He has unpopular opinions because they are unpopular. So that guy was the one who, for some reason, persuaded me and one more girl to try McFlurry with peri peri. And I know it sounds weird. It sounds like probably like the worst thing that you would ever consume. But you know what? It actually tastes pretty good. And that is my unpopular opinion. Over to the Dave Topics Master. Go on, Simon. Go proud of yourself.
Great answer. I do not agree with it, but I guess with that you have managed to answer exactly what I wanted. Do you guys want to hear my unpopular opinion? Yeah. Yes, right. Please tell me. I'll answer. So, how many of you here listen to Hindi music or have listened to it? Yeah, just listen to it once in a while. So, my unpopular opinion is I hate Arjit Singh's music.
You keep your unpopular opinion to yourself.
Okay. See, I know all of you will already be angry at why am I saying this, but I'm not saying that he's a bad singer. He's a great singer, one of the best voices that I've ever heard. But the thing is, I can already see judgmental people here. But in the last 5 years, almost every song or most of the songs are just sung by him. I am just tired of the repetition of Arjit Singh. If I were to randomly pick a song in the last 5 years, it's more likely that he was going to be the singer rather than not. So that is my unpopular opinion.
Good opinion. Speak up to yourself, friend.
See, that's why it's called unpopular opinion, not popular opinion.
I suggested something.
Your G. Okay, so next question. Who wants to volunteer? Okay, just with that one. Failure is the entry phase of success. Failure is the entry phase of success. What is an incident in your life that sums up this quote very well?
thing, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Failure is key to success. Do you all agree for that? Have you ever failed in your lives? Yes. We have all faced this one or other situation where we feel really low, where we feel we will not be able to take one more step. I'll tell you one of my incidents where I felt really low and where I felt I have failed in this life that I have. Few years back, if I have to describe who Jaswita is, Jaswita is a person who would sit in the corner of a room, not talk to a person for 3 hours, zone out, and still stay alive and awake in a classroom or any other situation or a family function. But right now, if any of you approach me, I'm comfortable enough to talk to you, right? And after I joined Toastmasters, I really love public speaking. I love debating just because of the fact that debating is a way to express my needs, a rebuttal, and tell other speakers what they are doing and not doing. But public speaking was something different. I had to interact with a lot more people. And after the public speaking leadership, I felt it's not my piece of cake. I have to talk to a lot of people. I have to manage. I have to be empathetic with them. I have to know. I have to manage. I have to do a lot of things. And once I started my BPPR journey, I felt it's really easier than any other role because I just had to do posters. I just had to do captions. I just have to stay in my room, stay in my corridor. I have to use my computer, and my job is done. Public relationships is much, much vast than sending a caption or sending a poster. You have to talk to a lot of people. Publicity doesn't end with your laptop. It's more mouth of word, more encouraging people, more making people feel what you're feeling. That feeling is the best feeling you can feel. And the failure which I felt is that I was not able to do that. But gradually, I made myself follow the ways. I have tried again and again, and here I am as your president. Thank you.
Great answer. Great answer. Next, who's next? You want the anime question or not anime question? Yeah. The world will end in 24 hours. How do you spend your last 24 hours?
Story as to why I'm here and what made me be here. Firstly, right from my 10th grade, like from my childhood till my 10th grade, I never had one particular goal. Like in my 7th grade, I wanted to be a scientist, and then my 9th grade, astronomer. And suddenly in 10th, when I wanted to decide what I should choose, whether I wanted to do bio or computer science or commerce, it suddenly just struck to my mind, why not become a doctor? Because in my family, there was no doctor. And when I first told this to my parents, they were really proud of me. Like, oh my God, she's come up with something that none of us even came up with. And they were like so happy about it. They encouraged me, they motivated me, they gave me all the resources. But then COVID happened, right? And I completely lost focus. I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, the end result was I managed to get decent 93% in my 12th grade, but I couldn't get very good marks in NEET. And when I wanted to take a drop year, I had multiple people say multiple different things. And now that I'm standing here, I think I should agree to the fact that I was slightly incompetent and I left a lot of people to influence me, and I wasn't a good decision maker back then. So that made me come here, take engineering, and somewhere now I even have this slight regret of why didn't I do that? Why didn't I go serve people? So if the world ended tomorrow, I think I would die knowing the fact that I at least helped someone, I at least served someone. So that would be the first thing that I would do, service in any form, be it medically, be it socially, be it economically. Just one thing that gives me the satisfaction of dying. So yeah, that's what I would want to do.
Again, another great answer. Next, who's next? He won. He's great. Company. Huh?
Non-anime.
Oh, I have too many answers. Okay, so this question has been asked in the past few Miss Universes. I don't know why I'm saying that information, but it has been asked. Okay. Okay. Now, if you could wake up tomorrow and you would have one superpower, what would it be?
Okay. So if I could wake up tomorrow with one superpower and I had the authority to choose it, it would be reading mind. So I could just read what Toastmaster Nikhilesh is thinking right now because he's looking pretty angry. Don't make him upset, please. No, but yeah, it would actually be reading minds of people. I want to know their intrusive thoughts, their dark thoughts, and then I want to execute them. I want to help someone bomb a building. I want to help, but no, aside from jokes, it's like someone is, if I could tell someone is down, if I could just know why they're down, maybe I could help them go better. Just help them calm down, reduce their tension or stress or anxiety. So that would be one superpower I'd like to have to read someone's mind. Because at the same time, I could also understand why exactly my mom is angry at me. Because there are a lot of reasons she can be angry at me. But what is that this time? What particular thing did I do this time? Yeah, so that would be the one superpower I'd like to have. Back to the topic, master of the day.
Great answer. If I was the judge, you would be my Miss Universe. Okay. Next, an anime question. Who wants to answer? You want to answer? Or Angelina, do you want to answer? Okay. Anyone else? So you talked about Death Note.
Yeah.
I'll explain what Death Note is. Whoever name you write in that book, that person dies. Okay, so now, there is a book opposite to Death Note, in which whatever you write will come true. What do you write? You understand? There's a book opposite to Death Note, in which whatever you write will come true. What do you write?
Well, disclaimer alert, don't get traumatized, but yeah, there was, again, with my speech, which I told you like the story before, there was this part of my mangas, which they were a huge collection. They were a huge collection in my doors, and I would always read, and I was getting addicted to it. So what would my mom do? Actually, my mom just took it and how in okay, people who have watched Doraemon only does not always, takes the 5 years of comics and gives it to the reviewer or the what do you say? The yeah, the cash person, right? Same thing my mom did. My mom took all the mangas which are possible, taking them up, rather than giving to the trash person, she just wanted it. So yes, that's what happened. And yeah, if I had a chance to bring back something which is gone, I would bring my mangas again and get back to the nostalgia of reading and then start learning.
Great answer. Overall, I like everyone's answers from Shilita's unpopular opinion to Shambhavi's description about Demon Slayer. I didn't expect most of you to give such great answers, and especially the new people who just joined. I think my time is over now. I hand it over to the TMO.
Right. Now we're moving on to the next section. That is the evaluation sections, right? Where there are people who will evaluate you on your basis. Yeah, so before we move on to the evaluation section, can we time up please on that? We are having at 5 minutes of break.
Thank you.